Good evening, and welcome to the Westport Middle School Spring Band Concert. My name is Ryan Keene, and I'll be your MC this evening. We will begin this evening with our 5th grade concert band under the direction of Mr. Chris News. Our first piece of the evening is a concert march that was composed for students at the end of their first year of instrumental instruction. Here's a patriotic melody that is perfect for that very first concert, featuring sections of the following all-time favorites: Your Grand Old Flag, America the Beautiful, The Marines Hymn, Casey's Song, and Anchors Away. We will begin our concert this evening with Yankee Spirit March, arranged by John O'Reilly. The 5th grade band will continue its portion of the concert with a 2-part piece by John O'Reilly entitled Chant and Candy. from Band Queen, sprinkle in a little bit of Another One Bites the Dust, and our fifth grade band will close our portion of the concert with Power Rock, arranged by Michael Sweeney. This concludes our fifth grade band performance. The students are free to leave if you have other commitments, though we do encourage you and your family to stay and support the other students who are yet to perform. Welcome back. I would now like to present the sixth grade band. Our sixth grade band will open its portion of the concert with a piece by composer, educator, and clinician Bruce Pearson, and the director of President's own Marine Band, Lieutenant Colonel Brian Howley. We now present March Across the Seas. The sixth grade band will continue its portion of the concert with a piece that, as the title implies, is based on the national anthem of the United States, with a few snippets of other patriotic themes included. We now present the Star-Spangled March, arranged by Michael Story. Zombies seem to be everywhere these days, in movies, books, television shows, and video games. These creatures of the imagination have become a part of pop culture phenomenon. The sixth grade band will conclude its portion of the concert with Zombie Stomp by Rob Grice. The 7th and 8th grade band opened their performance with a piece that you will hear over and over and over again on Memorial Day. Please join us on Monday, May 25th at 9:30 a.m. as we join the Westport community in honoring our veterans. The Gettysburg Address was written by Abraham Lincoln and delivered by him on November 19, 1863, as part of the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery at the location of the Battle of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It commemorates the fallen soldiers of the American Civil War. The powerful speech contains only 10 sentences and lasted approximately 2 minutes. Ironically, it contains the phrase, "The world will little know or remember what we say here." The exact opposite is true, because it became one of the most well-known and is considered one of the greatest speeches of all time. With a musical setting by Michael Story and narration by high school music teacher Mr. Liam Sullivan, we now present the Gettysburg Address.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. We are men on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that the nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But, in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. Brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know, not long remember what we say here, but it can never forget the thing it did. It is for us to live in, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who come here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from those honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth and freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
The great British Prime Minister, author, and statesman Benjamin Disraeli once said, "The legacy of heroes is the memory of a great name and the inheritance of a great example." No better quotation exemplifies our brave men and women who served and sadly were lost in the line of duty. U.S. Congressman Sylvester Reyes Ortiz had it. It is so important that we remember the stories of those we have lost and live in a manner that honors their sacrifices. Our injured veterans do this day, in and day out, as they seek to rebuild their lives. And on Memorial Day, and always, our fallen heroes and their courageous men and women serve as an inspiration and encouragement to us all. Our tribute to our fallen military heroes combines taps with America the Beautiful, we now present The Legacy of Heroes, arranged by Michael Story.
All right, I'd like to give this song one more time. Real quick, 8th grade, stand up. 8th grade drummers can wave. Sit. That's enough. I've had the pleasure, yeah, that's the word, pleasure, of having these guys since 3rd grade. When we were still in 2 different buildings and I was down teaching elementary on top of teaching the middle school stuff, so I'm sure they're sick of me by now. They're like, yes, last concert, we're done. They're still pep bands, so they stuck with me. Or I'm stuck with you, one of those, I'm not sure which. But, and truth be told, we're missing about 10 kids because they all went into league programs, so we had about 10 more 8th graders that would be up here too as well, but they just had to do league programs, so. On top of that note, big thank you to Mr. Russell for playing with us and helping the young kids up backstage. Mr. Sullivan's around here somewhere. He left back there, I don't know where they went, but playing, doing the narration for Gettysburg. I love that version of the Gettysburg Address, a lot of fun. So, and big thanks to Ryan for once again. And on that note, I'm probably going to get you out of here in about 45 minutes. How about that?
We will now close our concert with one last patriotic themed piece, which uses America as its primary melodic theme. Several other patriotic tunes are woven in and hinted at, including Yankee Doodle and the Star Spangled Banner, among others. We now present American Declaration by Randall Standridge. This concludes our concert this evening. Please drive safe, and we look forward to seeing you along the program.